Some time ago, in a quiet little town called Bonwire, right in the heart of what we know as Ghana, something special began. It all started in 1678, not with kings or scholars, but with two ordinary hunters, Opoku Kregu and Kwachia Meow. They weren't weavers or craftsmen. They simply lived close to the land and spent their days in the forest hunting to survive. One day, deep in the woods, Kregu noticed something unusual. A spider was spinning its web with such care and detail that he couldn't look away. He quickly called Amea over. "Come and see this," he said. "Look at how the spider weaves." This spider was a female called Intikuma in the tree language, and she spun her web with such beauty that it lit a spark in their minds. For 3 days, the hunters returned to watch the spider work. They studied its movements and patterns closely. They didn't know it yet, but they were about to start something that would shape their town forever. Back home, inspired by what they had seen, the two began experimenting. They had no yarns or fancy tools, just what nature gave them. They used raffia strands and tied them around their toes and waists to copy the spider's weaving motion. This early creation was thin and delicate, but it was a start. They called it Ayasentuma, which means midriff woven cloth. Wanting to do better, they made a simple tool, a wooden board with 3 nails. They stretched raffia across it and began weaving more neatly. That cloth became known as Asasentuma or earth-woven cloth because the loom was laid flat on the ground. As time passed, about 15 to 20 years later, their skills improved. They developed what we now call the modern loom. Around that same time, foreign traders, including the British and Portuguese, arrived along the coast. From Cape Coast, then called Ogwa, some women from the Oyoko clan brought back colorful silk scarves to Bonwire. The weavers were fascinated by the rich textures. They carefully pulled threads from the silk scarves and used them to create finer, softer cloth. This new version was first called Insidua Inrintuma, meaning cloth woven on a wooden loom. Later, it was renamed Gagamuga. The cloth was so beautiful that the weavers proudly presented it to their chief, Nana Bobie Ansah the First. He loved it, and together they renamed it Akroma Fufu. But they didn't stop there. The chief led them to present the cloth to the Ashanti king himself, Osei Tutu the First. The king admired the fabric but made one request. "It is beautiful," he said, "but let it reflect who we are. Let it carry the colors of Ashanti." The weavers returned home with the king's advice in mind. The responsibility of adding color to the cloth was given to Nana Otaa Kranchim, a wise man married to Kregu and Ameyao's sister. He was deeply knowledgeable about colors and natural dyes, thanks to his time in the forest. From the Etiasika tree, he made the golden yellow dye. Dubama gave a rich black. Kessie offered a bold red, and Probie produced a fresh green. He dyed the plain white yarns, breathing new life into the fabric with these earthy colors. Another man, Nana Osei Kufo, a skilled hunter known as the Master of Art, joined in. With his creative mind, he helped design beautiful patterns to match the new colors. Together, they wove the very first colorful Kente cloth. They presented it once more to the Ashanti king, and this time he was truly amazed. The colors, the patterns, the story behind the cloth, it all spoke of Ashanti pride and culture. He named the fabric Oyoko after his royal clan. And because the women who first brought the silk yarns were also from the Oyoko clan, the fabric was given a special name, Oyoko Mantuma, the cloth of the Oyoko women. From then on, the king made Kente part of Ashanti tradition. Over time, the cloth became more than just fabric. It became a symbol of Ghana's heritage, worn for celebrations, rites of passages, and honoring ancestors. Today, Bonwire Kente is known around the world. It carries the spirit of the people who created it, filled with wisdom, love, and pride. Every thread tells a story. Every color holds a meaning.